What's up? I'd like to welcome everybody to the All the Way Around show. I'm your host, Big Al 360, along with my co-host,
Nick the Cat.
And we have the legendary. This man, he really needs no introduction. We have Mr.
Mother.
Never duplicated.
Freaking.
Fucking.
Mother freaking motherfucking. Mother freaking motherfucking Schoolie motherfucking D.
Schoolie D.
Yeah.
The legend. Yeah. We have the legend.
And this is my real voice.
And we got the real voice.
It's an honor to have you on our show, Schoolie. It really is.
Because a lot of times I'll be doing some of these interviews, man, they get me drunk. You know what I'm saying? I be drunk as shit, man. But, you know, I ain't drunk today.
Oh, so we're going to get the real Schoolie today.
Well, you know, Rockstar, it's you can get real Schoolie one way or the other, but it's your voice changes when you get drunk. You go up a pitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, motherfucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Bah, then you forget shit. You on a sentence. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to answer a question, and when you're drunk, you're like, did I answer the question? You know what I'm saying? And I know as interviewers, y'all been there before, you'll be like, what the fuck is this motherfucker talking about?
What is he talking about?
What the fuck is it? As long as it's entertaining, never disappoint.
Never disappoint.
Old heads told me that. He said, when you go out in public, never disappoint. If you don't feel like being Schoolie D, stay your ass the fuck at home. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to learn how to be out in public and be Schoolie D. Because sometimes, you know, Patrick.
Now, who am I talking to tonight?
You talking to Patrick? Got y'all the motherfucker here.
He got us. Patrick sealed the deal.
Patrick sealed the deal. You talking to
You know how there's like an angel and a devil on your shoulder
all the time.
Patrick is the angel. Schoolie's the devil.
And Jesse Bonds, he was a 10-year-old, 12-year-old boy. I don't know who the fuck was dealing with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was all over the goddamn place.
All right, so Schoolie, where are you originally from? Are you originally from Philly?
Nah, I'm from outer space.
I can dig it.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
So I remember when I came to Earth and shit. I swear to you, man, I must have been 3 years old when I came out the womb. I stayed in Salon, was cooking and shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I came out, I opened up my box. I had a box of tools and shit. Everybody got boxes. And I opened it up early and shit. I was like, oh shit, this shit is on. Because you know, I never let adults talk that bullshit to me. So I was like, so what you're saying is, I gotta wait until I'm 18 to be a lying ass, sneaky ass, fucking everybody mama son of a bitch. You know what I mean? Because they was lying to kids. I said, mama, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I'm gonna steal. You know what I'm saying? I'm fuck up. I'm fuck this. And the thing was, there was 9 of us. I was the youngest, and they let me listen to Richard Pryor, Mom's Mabley, and all that. My older sisters and brothers were like, how did this little nigga be listening to shit like that? Yeah. I was like, it's homework, motherfucker. This is homework. You know what I mean? And for some reason, I was just like, I am a kid at heart. That's what Jesus said. Jesus said, man, if you're 12, you get it. You gotta remember that, because that's the last year of your innocence.
Stay young. Yeah.
Because when you're 13, that's when you become a man or a woman.
So when was Schoolie D born?
I came out on the 21st. My mama said I peeped my head out, and I went back up and came back out on the 22nd. So yesterday, I was born yesterday.
Oh yeah, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, 22.
Happy
22.
Birthday to Schoolie.
Happy birthday, Bond.
Yeah. So in the morning, I feel 60 though. It takes me about an hour to wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That shit is real. That shit real.
Yeah.
That part of it's real. That part of that shit, mama, you know what I'm saying? It's like, shit.
Well, you look good though.
Yeah.
You retained your Schoolie D.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got it.
He's still Schoolie.
You know? What they say about the cancers, we have an ability, and I'm an empath also, so we have an ability to look years younger.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, I like cake. You know what I'm saying? If you remember you like cake, you keep a certain youthfulness about you. You know what I'm saying? People who don't like cake.
I love cake.
People see that's why you look young.
All types of cake.
You know what I'm saying? But see, sometimes people get mixed up when I say cake. Sometimes I show up as a big ass lump of fucking drugs and shit. I say, nah, motherfucker, a real cake. Let me tell you why cake.
Why?
Because my daddy told me, said, man, if they pay you in cake, they'll just give you the money. because everybody mama, everybody wife, everybody got a favorite bakery, everybody got an Acme. And what you do is you get there and you slice the cake up and take a bite. It's symbolic and you have a good show. And then because sometimes you get booked for like 45 minutes.
So you eat cake every time before you perform?
I had to stop, but I still take the cake. I got like pictures of over 200 cakes. I just take them home now. But sometimes 35 minutes is just good enough. We all been to a show where it's kind of just like, did we really need those last 4 songs? Cool in the game.
Too much.
No, we didn't really need those last 4 songs off your new album. So
off your new album. He said off the new album.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the word. When motherfuckers be like, and we gonna play something off our new album. I'm like, oh shit, it's time to go get a hot dog or something. Niggas don't want to hear that off the new album. So sometimes it's 35 minutes is good enough. But before the cake, motherfuckers was like, school, you want me another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
After the cake, everybody was happy. I haven't had one complaint about
the
show
cake
being too short or too long.
Yeah.
The show is the show.
Quick question. Did you always know you was a star?
Yeah, I always know I was a star.
Yeah.
When I was 3, I had the ability to just like look at something and figure it out. I remember when the Peanuts was the first time they came on television. And my brother had a paint set, and I started painting Snoopy and Charlie Brown.
Yeah, and we are sitting amongst
And
some of
artists.
Schoolie's finest work. You're an incredible painter, by the way.
My brother, that lying ass motherfucker, he said he did it. And nobody, who gonna believe the little midget ass motherfucker? And then that same year, that's when we started the family band. No, a couple years later than that. 4 years later than that. I was 7.
So you played the drums?
I wanted to play the bass, but
Okay.
they gave me but the bass was too big. My brother took bass, so I played the guitar. So I said, fuck you, I want to play the guitar like a bass. So I just played the guitar like a bass, and we got another rhythm guitar, and my brother played the drums. But
You can play the guitar too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I will, if you
Yeah, I
want, I
didn't
go
know
get
that.
my first guitar. It's upstairs.
So Schoolie's a guitar player and a drummer.
And a drummer, and keyboards, and congas, and piano, whatever. I'm a film composer, so whatever, violin. But that stopped because, he was a pedophile. He was. It was a true story.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It was a pedophile.
Pedo.
You know what I'm saying? When they hear the story.
Pizzagate.
It's an open book.
It's an open book. So
We're open book.
I go and he lined up all the boys. All the boys line up and do this. I got to pick you up and see how much you weigh. I was like, why does white motherfucker want to see how much I weigh just to play the fucking violin? That's a true story. So I go home. I didn't let him do it. Tell my mother. So she take me back the next week. That motherfucker was coming out in handcuffs.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I have the ability to look at something and figure it out, but just figure it out for me, and that's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Because my daughter, she can read and write music. And she
Okay.
plays 5 instruments too. But I learned how to play Schoolie D music. So when I hear music in my head, you know what I'm saying, I wish I could hear Charlie Mingus and all that kind of shit, because I would love to like play some of that stuff, but it's just it's like when it comes out, it just comes out. You know what I'm saying? And when I meet bass players and shit, and I was like, you know what? When you make a better bass line than Gucci Town, nigga, come talk to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I learned that. I learned that just hanging out with cats, just sitting there in the bars. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, everybody had a band.
So this is how Schoolie D was seasoned.
Yeah, this is how I was seasoned. I was like one of those kids. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing a vest and a 3-piece suit. You know what I'm saying? When
Just for
when I was
success,
5.
at early age.
Yeah. And I was just so
Briefcase.
sit in the bar and shit. And those motherfuckers, they would just play, and they would teach me. It's like, it's not about. And Miles Davis said it perfectly. Most motherfuckers got notitis. They play too many motherfucking notes. It's best if you can play, if you can figure out a note
And get it down pat.
get it done.
Yeah.
That shit will last forever. You know what I mean? So I learned how to play in between, because I was like a little midget ass motherfucker. So I had to like weave in between, like when my brothers and those motherfuckers was playing all that boom, 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 boom. I had to get in like boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. And then they all joined the gang, and they sold all their equipment. You know what I'm saying?
So did you join the gang? Is this the Parkside Killers? Tell us about the Parkside Killers.
It was before the Parkside Killers.
What was before the Parkside Killers?
It was 52nd Street.
It was just
52nd?
52nd.
It was 52nd Street. They went through a bunch of names and shit, like the football gang or some shit. They was high as shit. Those motherfuckers they was drunk as shit. But they went to buy some weed, so they had to sell. They gave up the band, and we was bad motherfuckers, man. We was some bad motherfuckers. And I came home, I was like, Mama! I said, nigga, shut the fuck up. And it was my whole soul was gone. So we went back and they brought back a kick drum, a snare, the guitar, and 2 amps. So I started my new band at 9.
What was your band called?
The Grand Funk Mothership Connection. And I fired everybody the next day.
Now, in that band, did you do any vocals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cussing ass. My mother brought me a microphone. It was the first song we did was Get Off Your Ass and Jam.
I remember that.
Yeah,
That's dope.
It was the first song I heard.
Shit.
And-
Goddamn. Get off your ass and jam.
And I was like singing that shit, waiting for somebody, my mother and my father, to stop me, and they never stopped me. You know, I was waiting for that tap on the shoulder. They was like, "All right, nigga."
Let's see what you're working with.
And so we was rehearsing. Me and my boys, Roy Ryan and Pimp Pretty, and all those cats. And they wanted to play football. And I was like, we got to do this shit because we got to be superstars when we grow up.
Yeah.
And we have to rehearse because we were playing up against older bands, and we were like the kids. We were like 9, 8. You know what I'm saying? And I had the killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? And I went to murder those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They was like, we quit. I was like, y'all fired. I fired all those motherfuckers. All 5 of those sons of a bitch.
Done with them.
And them motherfuckers said, well, have fun. I was like, have fun with what? Playing all the instruments.
So that's how you learned all the
I learned all
instruments.
the instruments, and I borrowed my sisters and my brother the tape machines. So I would play drums and record it on the one tape machine, then play that back, and I record it, play it loud, put the tape machine next to each other, the speakers, and play the guitar on the amp, so they picked up the drums and the guitar. And then after that, and we had an 8-track, a huge 8-track in the back, and I figured out if you pop those little things off, those little tabs off, you can record over ICKs.
Record over the 8-track.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I got my ass whooped, so I had the 2. So the guitar on one tape machine, I had the drums on the other, and I would like play bongos, or I would sing. The first song was the Grand Funk Mothership Connection.
So how big a Parliament was in your life? How big was Parliament?
Funkadelic was. I remember the first time I seen Funkadelic out in the park, man. It was.
Oh, you got to see him
live.
Which park?
Live?
Which park
Live.
was it at? Which park? Let the fans know.
Right out in West Philly, right where it used to be a golf course.
Okay.
Right up there. And they just showed up one day.
Oh, wow. Threw down.
I think it was the WDAS kind of thing. And they started playing, man. It was just like coming around the mountain. That shit blew my motherfucking mind, man. Coming around the mountain. I was just like, son of a bitch. I wanted to do that shit.
And how old was you?
When that came out, was that 70?
Yeah, you was a teenager?
Nah, I was 74, I think. Well, Google it.
Google it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
74, 74, 72.
Didn't they have to Heaven in 77 was the Mothership Connection?
Yes, I was like maybe 12. But the thing is, it got hard playing those goddamn instruments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I went back to painting because that was the first love.
So Schoolie actually started as a painter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started as a painter, man. But
Now, did you graffiti write or no?
what I did was a couple of times we're going down 15th Street in the L, and I was always Gucci the fuck up.
Yeah.
A couple times coming out that motherfucker dirty as shit. I was like, fuck that shit. So I started a business. Well, I would just go around to the stores in the neighborhood that had graffiti on them.
Yeah.
I said, if you let me do the graffiti, then I turned the store into a piece of art. So in the like 15, 20 block radius, I just But then once I did all the stores up, I had no more business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was once the art is there, then you can think about the money. It's art first. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats was just like, damn, why did I think of that shit?
Okay, I'm glad you brought up money. You were credited with being
independent,
the godfather of gangster rap, and you did it independently.
Yeah.
Okay, so walk us through that process. How does back before cats were doing independent records, Schoolie was doing independent records?
Well, I don't even know.
Where'd you get the idea?
I don't even know if McFadden and Whitehead remember this. They were looking for somebody to open up for Prince and Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, was that all part of the Philly sound and all that?
Yeah.
So they went through all the neighborhoods looking for a rapper, and I almost didn't get the chance. And I found the tape, actually, the DVD, and these motherfuckers, because I just came back from Atlanta, so they thought I was a country ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So then wanted me to rap. But everybody back then, Philly rappers were trying to sound like New York rappers. To the brig, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was funny because I was just like I tried that once, it got booed, but it was my true calling was to just slow that shit down. And I was always weeded up. So I didn't even know I was going, yes, making that green. I didn't even know I was doing that. So the first rap, they were leaving. I grabbed the microphone. I was just like, fuck it. If your bitches got the itches, your homies got the romies that turned around on the corner selling some weed. And then came along a sucker MC said, yo, Holmes, what's up with that? I pulled my 8 and he gave it back. I reached in his pocket, pulled a bottle of wine, and then I laid down the MC rhymes. You know what I'm saying? I was hitting that shit. I was coming home one night on the L. A sucker MC tried to snatch my cells. I said, yo, Holmes, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pulled my 8 and he gave him back. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers was like, who the hell is going to sign that or play it on the radio?
So what made you decide to press it yourself? Where'd you get the idea?
Those older guys were just like, the only way that's going to happen is if you do it yourself.
And where did you go to press it?
Fucking the Yellow Pages.
Oh, wow.
Because back then they had that commercial, just your fingers would walk in the Yellow Pages.
Oh, snap.
And I asked my mother, and she was just kind of just like, well, what the fuck you think the Yellow Pages is for? Nigga, you want to do that shit?
So what was your initial investment? You came up with it yourself, or you had a crew that everybody
I came up
put
with
in?
it myself, man. I ain't going to tell you how I came up with it.
That's not important. That's not important.
It's not important. I came up with the first investment was $1,500 for the pressing, but it was also like another, so like $3,000.
All right.
And I tell cats, the reason why I could talk a little bit more shit is because I put
you was
my money
independent.
where my mouth is. You know, you want to talk all that shit about how bad you is, press your shit up yourself.
So you was the first gangster rapper, you was the first rapper to press up his own material.
Yeah. And get his shit played on the radio. And I was like one of the first guys who was getting radio edits. And I didn't do them because I looked at it as an art. And Lady B actually did a lot of my radio edits. She was like, "School, I want to play your shit." Well, first she denied it. And then the owner of the WHAT saw me out on the sidewalk crying like a little bitch. After I walked 2 miles in fucking August and shit again. You know what I'm saying?
He put in that work. He put in that work himself.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And
he got it out the mud.
That thing was like, I'm going to say it again, killer instinct. Because it was just like, yo, who's going to walk over with me to WHAT? Because my mom was like, they could use a car, but if you really want it, let me see how bad you want it. Walk.
Oh, wow.
That's work.
dope.
That's really getting it out the mud.
And he went and got it, too.
Walk. She said, walk. He's going to walk. You know where's that walk. So I walked up there and I was sitting outside and the owner came up in his Rolls Royce. He said, "What's up, young man?" I was like, "Well, you know, Lady B said she's gonna play, but my record got cuss words in it." And I was beautifully ignorant because I heard cussing on the radio.
Yeah.
At WDS at midnight. So I didn't think
nothing of it. So you had it in your music.
Yeah. I heard, you know what I'm saying? It was like cussing in in the black culture that was just our culture.
That's part of the language.
Part of the
It's just part of the language. It's not like now.
Didn't I tell you to pick them shoes up, motherfucker?
Getting paid for it. That's just the way. That's the way we spoke.
Get your ass up them steps.
And people wanted to hear that shit. They wanted to hear.
Where's my damn car keys?
God damn it, you don't listen to them cussing.
Yeah. When I was growing up, man, you heard nigga, bitch, pussy, all kinds of
Yeah,
shit.
everything.
On television, but it was about the content. In context, if it was, you say something as long as it wasn't sexual. You know what I'm saying? You can get away with it on some cop shows and shit. So he took it and said, you know what? I'm gonna do a radio edit for you. In 2 weeks, it's gonna be on the radio.
Yeah.
And how long did it take to take off? When you got your
instant.
records back, and
It was instant. It was instant. It was fucking because
So he never went through none of the stuff most people go through today.
It was, but I went through something, but it was, I didn't. I went through my whole life working
preparing
up
for
to that,
this.
preparing for that.
Yeah.
So I missed out on a lot of dates. So I didn't get to do like a lot of the things.
You were like Michael Jackson.
I wasn't like Michael Jackson because I just
'Cause he was cussing.
I snuck the fuck out. Like I had to do some shit. I went to a lot of parties. My sister took me to all the parties and shit. My father took me all the bars. So I was out, but it was just like when the other kids were out during the daytime, I was in the basement rehearsing, and then I went out at night.
When did the industry expose itself to you? When did they come get you? When did the record industry said, okay, it's time?
Saturday night.
Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday night. I was
Which would have been what single? What number? Was that your third single? Your
It was the second album.
second album?
What year would that have been?
86.
86.
And it was selling through the roof. And motherfuckers was kind of just like,
Yeah.
damn, everybody was coming after me. I was like, man, there's getting those rinky-dink fucking advances. I'm like, why would I take an advance? You know, it's like I'm like 24, I got $500,000 in the bank. I got another half in the street. Getting the other half was that was the trick. And my shoes cost $10,000. But they didn't understand it because to me it was art. That was my art.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to sell something. I was trying
So
to
were you
give
already
something.
touring before this point? When did you start?
I started touring like 3 months after
The
this
first-
shit came out.
After the first
The
single?
first single came out. Then
Which what was the first single? Was
Gangsta Boogie.
Gangsta Boogie?
Gangsta Boogie and Maniac.
And Maniac.
1982. The second single came out. It was corny as shit. But
And
people loved it.
what was that?
That was some graffiti song. And it was like, it was like, man, school, you got stuff. When we helped start the graffiti network thing the mural.
Yeah,
I helped
here in
start
Philly?
that. Yeah, I helped
dope.
start it. But it was kind of just like, don't write on walls. Don't. What? I was like, why would I say that? I actually went back and bought the records off. I bought the records back.
You bought them all, so
That's
no
how
one
bad
could
it
hear.
was.
But it's a collector's. It's called CIA. It's a collector's item now.
CIA.
And I tell motherfuckers, it's like, and then the next record was PSK Gucci Time. You gotta get
When
corny.
PSK came out,
You gotta get
PSK Gucci
Was
Time
bananas.
was the.
bananas. You could everybody singing it. Everybody.
corny. Everybody. And it was,
You had to buy 2 copies of the record so you could mix them and you could play. Yeah, like.
but it was
So tell us about that. Was PSK when the world opened up to you? Did that crack the code for you?
that cracked more than the code.
Okay.
Because I was getting calls from
That beat
Two
was
Live
off the
Crew,
chain.
Yeah, no.
Ice-T, Dre. I was on tour with The Clash. I was just like,
Yeah, that's
I
dope.
was just like all over the world.
That's so dope.
Just all over the world. Like,
And you originally played that with the drum set, and then you made it with a 909.
Because it was a funny thing. It was like, man, they didn't believe that black people played music anymore.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have mind doing it with the drum machine if that was the new sound, but I felt it broke my heart because I heard it over the years. It's like we forgot how to play guitar. But I think this is a new era. It's like some kids did pick up the guitar.
So what do you think about some of the new artists?
I think about the same way I thought about 1982.
Got you.
They could eat a dick.
You heard it straight from
Yo.
school. He did.
I mean,
right?
but you got to be that big. It's like I love Chuck. I love Ice. I always buy Ice Cube record.
Well, there's some of the people that say he's one of the first gangsters.
They're the same ones that
Yeah,
salute you for
Ice-T,
being
Ice Cube.
So-
They give you the credit for being the first gangster rapper.
I love LL's career. I remember me and LL did a bunch of shows together early on. And he was like, man, I'm going to be on TV one day. Will too.
LL said this to you before he was
like,
okay.
I'm going to do movies, I'm going to do TV.
Everything he said came
I
through.
looked at him and was like, I think this motherfucker's going to do that shit. And I remember Will came to me. He had 2 albums and he was like, the hardcore or this one. I was like, if you want to be on TV,
You got to go with the.
parents don't understand.
Yeah, that was the one that put him on.
Yeah, but it was.
Well, no, that wasn't. What was it? What was Remember the first single had a blue label?
Yeah,
it was
Girls
of the World. Yeah.
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah, which was although it was a bunch of singles that came out of Philly that I didn't understand how they came out of Philly, but then Philly is conservative.
So how did Philly pretty much what was that like number 2?
Yeah,
in
Philly
hip-hop?
used to be the number 2 market in hip hop, and what happened?
Now
in
it's
your
like
opinion,
non-existent.
what happened?
That's what happens.
Okay.
What happened is it doesn't have the core audience anymore. What happened was, it sounds so fucking ghetto, is George Clinton fucked everything up. George Clinton, the president, because these weird bills with music, because before then, before all that bullshit, he got involved. There's hometown had to play at least 30% of hometown talent.
Yeah.
But once the power stations got involved, they wiped all that shit out. And it's 2-3 motherfuckers just like programming the whole country. So you don't have a base for homegrown talent.
What do you think about the new Philly rappers?
So
What do you think about
Petey
Meek?
Crack. So the homegrown
Petey
talent,
Crack?
they feel like they have to sound like somebody else to get played on the radio.
Yeah.
And I always look at them like, so how's that working out for you? It ain't working out for you. You might as well just sound like Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's
Stay Philly.
Well, Meek.
Just-
What about Meek? Meek
Represents, but he's not even in.
I was just trying to. They was fucking with me now. I was trying to say some stupid ass shit. I ain't trying to get no fucking Twitter war. I don't even know what no fucking Twitter war is.
You had to know. He had to know it was coming.
It's I like Petey Crack.
Petey Crack.
I like Petey Crack.
That's
Petey
solid.
Crack came to my studio one
That's
day,
dope.
man. He did
That's
the whole
solid.
album. He did 2 albums in 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, do that. And I was just like, beat after beat. And he had his own beats. He was, he impressed me. And I worked with Freeway and those guys. It's hard for me because I think I look at all new music the same way, not just Philly, because Philly hip hop don't really don't have that Robbie B. You know what I'm saying? Like the go-go feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The MC Breeze. You know what I'm saying?
It's not the same.
It's not the
Philly-
same.
that
It sounds
Philly sound is not there.
And I'm also from College Park in Atlanta. So, you know, I went to high school down there and I lived there for years.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So that has some influence also.
I wrote
Yeah.
my first rhymes down in College Park. They were corny as shit. By the time I came back to Philly, I got my head back together. But it's hard. I was just telling my girl, just like, you know, I loved it when you could just tell when you got a produced record where it came from. You can't tell it anymore.
You can't tell anymore.
So so for me, it would be I'll probably hear a Philly artist, and I don't even know if it's a Philly artist because I like the Young Guns too, man.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers, boy, that boop, 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 that motherfucker's like, God, every chance I get to play that shit, I got 3 of those motherfucking records, boy. So I do like Philly artists, but it's like, but when they sound like they got a taste of what hip hop used to be, they don't have to be all too old school, but
Yeah,
the taste,
some of that old
flavor,
feel. You need some of that old feel back.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't stop rocking to the village because I get down, because I get down, because I get down. That shit,
That's
man,
dope.
you got that shit dope. That shit motherfucking dope. But I think another thing, I just keep a lot of that shit to myself because just do it. I think me liking Philly artists, I think it's personal. I think it's for my.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they are on the good ones. They're on my fucking rotation. The bad ones, I ain't gonna talk about.
Nah, it ain't worth it.
Ain't
Don't
worth
talk about it.
Okay, who's Schoolie D's top 5, dead or alive? And it doesn't have to be hip hop.
It could be any genre.
It can't be. I don't have a top 5. It depends on what day it is. And who's,
What about Patrick? I want to see.
Yeah, let's ask Patrick. What's Patrick's top 5?
Can he come? Can Patrick come out and play?
Can Patrick come out just for a minute to give us the top 5?
George Benson,
Ooh,
Dope.
Miles Davis.
Wow. Classics.
A group would have to be Confunction. That if you put a Confunction, the best of Confunction on,
yeah, that music's different.
Rick James, obviously. That
Bang. That's dope.
I was going to ask him about Rick.
James. I hate that. That's a wedding album thing. And Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
That's what Patrick will listen to. Now,
Okay.
Schoolie.
Yeah, what's Schoolie's top 5?
Funkadelic.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I see it.
Bootsy.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix. Earth, Wind, and Fire. I was thinking maybe and Sade.
Wow. That's an incredible list. That's an incredible list.
Eclectic list.
Yeah. That's a super list.
Yeah.
So who's on your playlist right now?
I don't know. Go look.
Fela
Fila. I'm listening to Fila today.
Kuti?
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you that earlier.
Yeah, it's Fila. And
So the playlist changes every day.
And I listen to one whole album every Friday. I listen to make sure I listen to an album. It's whatever I just pick. It could be Steely Dan. I love Steely Dan.
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm
So
saying?
Schoolie digs in the crates.
I dig in the motherfucking crates, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The All Fly Home, you know what I'm saying? That album was shit. Al Jarreau.
Yeah.
The 1976, that whole album was the fucking, man, that motherfucking boy.
Schoolie, I'm impressed, man.
Robert Glasper, that's his name.
I was listening to him today.
Yeah, I listen
Robert
to him
Glasper Experiment.
Every morning I put him on, man. It's but I also listen to like a lot of, I got tons of old garage band mixes of house music, Chicago house, Jack Dick and all that shit, man. You know what I mean? And the ultimate number one motherfucker on my playlist, he has like about 10 playlists, is Prince.
Prince.
We was going to ask.
We'll save that for our power clip.
The power clip.
Yeah,
when we hit him with all the questions at once.
When I decided to make records, I was in Atlanta. I was painting. I was working on this painting for about a year. I had this girlfriend. She was like, with those long cigarettes and shit.
Yeah.
It needs more blue. I'm like, bitch, I was working on this fucking blue painting for a year. I swear to God, threw the brush down. I was listening to Dirty Mind, Street Songs, and George Benson. And I was just in those 3 groups, and my buddy sent me down Funky 4+1, rapping around the house. And it was just like, Mama, I'm coming home.
So was that your first rap record? What was your first rap record that you heard that inspired you?
Rapping, Rockin' the House inspired. Everybody heard, Sugar Hill Gang, but that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool, but it didn't feel like I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't have that basement kind of feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't have that. It was too polished, but I liked it. But when I heard this is the way we rock the house. Sure enough, everybody gonna turn it out. I'm taking rock well because I rock so well. Every time you hear my name, it rings a bell. That shit was just like. And then I think there was the first rap group. I think it was on Saturday Night Live. I think it was on Before Run.
The Funky 4+1 More?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't
Go look
remember.
it up. Go look it up.
That's a fact. We're gonna Google that.
Google that shit. When I heard that shit, man, dropping around my OJs, getting high, smoking weed, fucking doing coke, crashing cars and shit, I was like, yeah, that.
Now wait a minute.
is
Wait a
James
minute.
Brown.
That just brought up a legendary Schoolie story.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there's hood folklore that says Schoolie had a big, bad Lincoln. Was it a Lincoln Continental?
Yeah.
Okay.
Town car.
And apparently one night, Schoolie wrecked said vehicle and just got out and walked away.
That was a
and
GTO.
left it sit there.
That was a GTO.
Walked away from the accident.
No, walked away from the car. He just let the car sit there. He just left the car, went and got another car.
That could have been the Lincoln, but also could have been the GTO. Because I was a street racer.
Okay.
And that's I did that once or twice.
Once or twice.
But I went back to get the GTO.
You went back and got the GTO.
Because I just got it painted. And my mom was just like, nigga, don't drive your fucking car today to get it painted. Don't go down there Delaware Avenue with them boys and shit. Like, they gonna fucking crash this shit up. And I remember I crashed that shit up. The cop was sitting right there. And he was just kind of like, I'm going to have to let you go because my brother did the same thing. He said, but you got about 5 minutes. So I had to leave. You got about 5 minutes before my sergeant come in and we got to arrest you. Yeah. So I just took everything out the car and just walked away. So, you know.
Schooly folklore.
That's good information.
Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Shit be happening, man. Shit happens.
Okay, so let's walk back to Schooly in the music industry. Did you get fucked?
Not as much as everybody else did.
Not as much as everybody else.
I got a candlelight dinner at least. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers took me to dinner at least. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit of Vaseline.
You know what I'm saying? Some KY jelly or some shit like that, man. You know
because all our legends say they don't understand. Like these young kids are making money, man.
Yeah, it's a
but
different
they're not
time.
making money off of music.
Yeah.
What is it? Internet?
Influencers and vodka deals. Influencers and how many hits you get. You know what I'm saying? It's like they like let's say Fila attach themselves to your song. You know, so they say, hey man, you know what I'm saying? We'll give you every time your song play, we'll give you some money for it. You know what I'm saying? Because the music itself, internet music, is like it sells. You know, you get like a couple pennies for it.
And it's here today, going tomorrow. It moves so quick.
Every week there's a new group.
So I'm gonna say from talking to cats that are in the actual business of selling online music, it's like they're making money, and plus they got a whole new different audience than what we had. But we was all rich, we was millionaires. Yeah. But they got a different, because they make money from like TMZ, how many hits you gonna get on TMZ.
And with that internet and everything, it's worldwide. Like everybody's listening to the music.
When the internet came around,
it's not even the music though. It's the wars. It's the cackle. It's the talking.
Did you get a boost from it when the internet came? Did Schooly all of a sudden get more shows? Like, did it expand your audience?
No.
Okay.
Because the 3 days that I got on the internet, I got kicked off for watching too much porn.
3 days.
I swear to God, fucking Facebook sent me like, look, nigga, I don't know what I don't know how you even found that shit. That shit nasty. You keep watching that shit, we gonna kick you the fuck off Facebook. I'm like, how the fuck you even know I'm watching this shit? Monkey sex, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? How the fuck you even know? So I would have to say my audience, like I got a bigger boost off my art. And I have not seen a boost music-wise from the internet and my music. People play it, but I just haven't seen like a physical, put some new music out on the internet. And but it's like I'm not on the internet, and I got my man Juan Hernandez in Chicago. He does all my internet for me.
Okay.
But every now and then I jump on, but it's
just not your thing.
It's just not my thing. And I talk to like Chuck and those guys, and they're just like, dude, if you didn't start 10 years ago, just
Chuck D. He talks to Chuck D.
Just don't
Public
start.
enemy Chuck D.
Just don't even start. And
Fight the power, Chuck.
And I talk to Ice all the time. It's like, man, how the fuck is that school? Look, dude, if you wanted to be on TV, you stop cussing, you'll be on TV. But I think you have too much fun doing what you do.
But your voices are on TV.
Yeah, I'm on TV
You're on TV every day.
I'm on TV.
A lot of people don't know that.
Don't realize
every motherfucking night I'm on TV.
That Schooly D does voiceovers for the Cartoon Network for a lot of things, right?
Yeah, a lot of things.
What are some of the characters you have?
What's your... the main characters are I did some stuff for 12 Ounce Mouse, but the main one is for Aquatine Hunger Force.
You did anything with Space Ghost?
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost.
I was the first guy on Space Ghost. I had
That's
a show, Rudy and Go-Go show. I was one of the characters, Jessica B. But
That's dope.
And I'm on there, but it's like these weird cartoons pop up all the time using my references.
So you still do that?
We're about to start up again. It was over 14 seasons. We had to
Wow.
we had to stop.
You did
it.
14 seasons of voiceovers.
Yeah.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah, but it had to. We just had to stop because, everybody had to take a break.
So what's Schoolie doing right now?
I'm drinking. Fucking drinking right
Yeah,
now.
enjoy it.
I'm fucking drinking.
I'm talking
What
to
are
us.
you getting into, though?
I'm mastering my new album.
Okay.
I was telling you earlier. It's I wanted it to be that nigga's crazy. It was an homage to Richard Pryor.
That's homage to Richard.
Yeah, to Richard, but the distributors was like, "Can you change the nigger?" So I changed it to Schoolie D is crazy.
But why is it that you can say everything? You can say nigger all day, but you can't say
That's
you
on the
can't say
internet,
anything
but
else.
For the record, the actual record, which I'm mastering right now I've been mastering for 3 years.
Okay. That's a long project, Schoolie.
It is. I'm a perfectionist.
Well, that's a good project.
I recorded it all in Pro Tools, all that bullshit, and I listened to it, and it was just like, yeah, that sounds like everybody else shit. So I kicked all those expensive tools to the side.
Yeah.
Got my ASR, got my instruments. I got a bullshit ass laptop,
Went back to the lab.
and just something about those old Apples.
Yeah.
Because the processors are so simple, it sounds exactly like what you want to record. So I just redid the whole album 4 times. I think every song is recorded 80 times.
So how soon can we expect it?
August.
This August?
This August. So
This
I'm,
August, okay.
When you came in, I was just about to listen to the master version. So that'll be out.
So after this is over, we get a little treat, some
Get a
ear
little
candy.
treat.
There we go. That's dope.
The single came out real hardcore with me, Ice too. They came out like
Wait.
a year
You
ago.
got Ice-T on the new album?
and Chuck Dick.
And Chuck D on the new album,
Yeah.
the one that's coming.
Yeah.
August is going to
Yeah.
be
It's
It's going to be a treat.
I made it exactly for the Schoolie D fans, because I think about this constantly. Like, what would I want Boosie to do? Like, I wouldn't want Boosie to go hang out with DJ Khaled.
You talking about Boozilla?
Bootzilla. And some people my age or older, some people do stuff like that. They go hang. Somebody convince them of if you just sound young. I say that shit, eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? Eat a motherfucking dick, bitch. When does that shit ever work? I think Santana worked with the Fugees.
Yeah.
But when does that shit ever work? That shit don't
Nah,
work.
they look crazy.
Santana did work with the Fugees.
No, it worked.
It worked.
That was a hit.
Run did something with some cats.
Yeah.
Remember when they did who they did it with? Run's House or some shit?
Aerosmith.
Not Aerosmith, some young
No,
rappers.
he's talking about younger.
Young rappers.
Oh,
and every
young
time
rappers?
every time they went to the show, nobody went to hear it. It is sold, but nobody they went to hear like the old Run DMC. I'm not going to play myself like that. I mean, so this record is exactly for Schoolie D fans, and the Schoolie D fans are going to love it. And I think, I know the worst thing as an old retired gangster could do was talk about all the shit he used to be. I'm on the corner, man, flipping those keys, nigga, what? Shut the fuck up. You home, you know what I'm saying? You home, fucking
Your
watching
slippers and your
Ice-T.
robe.
I watched Ice-T on fucking like Law and Order and shit, getting fat.
Watching the news.
Eating peanuts and shit, complaining about Trump and shit. Look at that motherfucker. Look at it, you know what I'm saying? So my lyrics, that's why it took so long. I had to make sure my lyrics were about exactly.
So
what I
this
used to
album
do.
that's coming is Authentic Schoolie D.
Authentic Schoolie D.
That's dope.
Authentic Schoolie D.
Can we ask him some power questions?
Hold on, before that, I got to know
ahead.
one more thing.
Go ahead.
I realize this brother Schoolie is super funny.
Yes.
You have stand-up aspirations.
I do.
Okay.
And I did a lot of jokes for the album. And
So we can look forward to that on the
you
album.
can look forward to some of the jokes that's on the album. Because I did like 40 minutes of just jokes and shit. I got fucked up one night. Well, not one.
Over a couple nights.
12
A
nights
binge?
in a row. A binge.
It was a binge.
A comic binge.
Schoolie D binge is about 3 months. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, yeah, so I found out, I really found out I was really funny because Blackstreet, Joe Stone Street, Blackstreet.
Yeah.
About 8 years ago, we were doing a lot of gigs together. And he was like, Schoolie, man, that angry black man shit, man. It's like, it ain't you, man.
Well, Schoolie,
That's
you've
not
been
working
funny
for you.
since as long as I can remember.
I've
You always had everybody in the room laughing.
Yeah, but I was just, but it still had that. Is that nigga making fun of me? You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, just people love you. He convinced me that people, he said, man, people love you. Just lighten up a little bit more. And then when I lightened up,
The world opened up to
it
you.
just changed. Like my own performance, it just changed. So yeah, I'm not gonna like try to disrespect comics, but I am pretty fucking funny.
So now that's funny that you can take a smack?
Yeah.
Are you that funny that you can take a smack or something?
First of all, I ain't gonna get smacked.
If they charge the stage?
I ain't getting smacked. If I see the motherfucker walking on stage, I don't know where he came. Where the fuck motherfuckers come? You see a nigga walking on stage after you just call his wife a bald-headed motherfucker. You know you about to get smacked. Am I right or wrong?
Yo, he telegraphed the smack.
I'm just like, oh, this nigga about to smack me.
So you think it was real or you think it was staged?
He's from the Northeast. This shit was real, yo.
All right, you heard it first, Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, Philly.
You about ready for that fire round?
Schoolie co-signs Will. Schoolie, are you co-signing Will?
I'm co-signing. It's like it was real. It was real, and
do you think he was wrong?
I don't care if he was wrong or right. I looked at it
Like you said, it's all in how you do it.
That joke could have been funnier. Maybe smack because the joke.
Like it wasn't worth a smack. It wasn't that funny.
Yeah, it wasn't that funny, but it's kind of just like because on the news that night, 3-4 motherfucking shootings happened with teenagers. That was
See that?
I was more worried about that shit.
I got you.
I wasn't worried about Will. I mean, I didn't think anything of it. It was just like, because when you're out there in the world, you see that shit happening all the time. Yeah, right. Come on, man. Come on. You in a club and shit.
Somebody disrespect your girl. Somebody disrespect your wife.
And she give you that look. Somebody got to get smacked.
Somebody. You better handle your business.
And I know it. So it's like I didn't think anything of it. It didn't bother me.
She did get him with her eyes. She just gave him the
look.
Go handle
She gave him the look.
It didn't bother me. I wasn't worried about it. Maybe because he from Philly and I understood it.
He smacked him and fixed his jacket.
Yeah, I know, right? It was just like, but I didn't think of it. Everybody was all like, oh my God. I said, yeah, but you know what? 3 black motherfuckers died from other 3 black motherfuckers shooting, put 17 holes in them.
See
that was worse.
Yeah, that's
something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't bother me. I didn't think about it. It wasn't even funny. If he had smacked you to fell, that shit would have been funny. That shit would have been funny. But I can't think about stuff like that, man. You know. That's yeah. So
this is dope. I have so many stories with Schoolie. A lot of them I can't share.
Don't share
but
it.
No, I can't share some of them. But I've been saluting Schoolie since I was younger, man. He's the OG. Schoolie's.
You did, man. Dude, you had so much enthusiasm. And you still got it. And
I try.
Yeah. You wasn't trying, dude. You was doing it. I was like, this little motherfucker is like running around. Yeah, boy, you check this shit out, man. It's gonna be, man, motherfucker. I'm go, man. This motherfucker, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But you're doing it.
I was a hustler, man.
I always had that drive.
But you had killer instinct. I call it. You got killer instinct. Killer instinct. That's what. And I'm not talking about killing other motherfuckers. I'm talking about that.
Not being about your business.
Being about your business. In that room and say, I got the killer instinct. I'm gonna make this happen.
So is the new album gonna be on a label, or are you gonna?
Me and Rough House got it.
Rough House.
Yeah. They doing,
Rough House Columbia.
They doing everybody. They doing fucking like Wu-Tang, all kinds of shit. Nas, Everybody's doing wax again. Everybody's doing wax. Wax is about to
Wax is back.
Wax is coming back.
Yeah.
Because
Wax is back, so
once
get ready.
Once it goes out, just you could sell it for $100, $50, $30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? $200, whatever you want to price it at.
That's dope.
So yeah. But
So where do you see our industry going in the next 10 years?
Man, I just turned 60. Let me get the 60 motherfucking one first.
Happy birthday.
60 in
Happy
one
belated
Happy
60
birthday.
in one day. I support other artists, but I don't think about it like that. I think, and I'm not a narcissist or anything, but it's like Schoolie D is so personal.
Yeah.
You know, I think about what Schoolie D is gonna do, because I kind of been like, I'm fringe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like Abel Ferraro. He said that. He's like, you know how Prince is R&B, but he's on the right side of R&B. He said you're part of hip hop, but you're on the right side of hip hop.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like whatever mainstream Heavy D and the Boys, whatever they were doing, I was
Doing something
On the
something
other side of the
different, a
spectrum.
little different.
thing.
Yeah.
We was on we wasn't on the same track, but we was going to the same town. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's hard for me to think about what the industry is doing to other artists, because I just don't look at it like that. I think about like, but I support. I want everybody to win. I want us to win.
Are there any new rappers that you like?
You keep asking me that shit, man. I keep telling you, man. You the dick. Keep asking me that shit, man. I said I like Petey Crack. I like Petey Crack.
Petey Crack.
I like Lizzo. I like Petey Crack. You know what
Oh
I'm
wait,
saying?
you mess with Lizzo?
Yeah,
She's talented.
she's talented,
And
man.
that's the only.
It's not the only thing. I'm just it's like I have that thing on YouTube where every Friday we get new music, so
Yeah.
I get to listen to it. but
Kendrick, you listen to Kendrick? Any of them? Did
Why
you get off on
why
any?
stop asking me those questions, man? I'm not.
All right,
I'm not dissing anybody.
No. I'm not taking it as a just, but Schoolie is just 100% Schoolie.
Yeah, but I don't listen to my music all the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I listen to my music when I'm ready to make some new music, because I also DJ. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, but I'm always digging in the YouTube crates for something else, like, you know, Afro beats and shit like
Gotcha.
that, like that real
that's hitting.
Studio One, you know,
that stuff's
unreleased
hitting.
tracks and shit like that. I'm digging for stuff.
They
like
got a
that.
lot of London
You know what I'm
sound
saying?
too.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff coming out of
Classic.
London.
London's coming up.
Yeah,
London's
they got
coming
some
up big
dope
time.
stuff
Yeah.
coming
Depeche
out of
Mode
London.
or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Depeche Mode, yeah.
Yeah, I'm you know what I'm saying? You know, Benny and the Jets and shit. Like, I'm like,
Yeah, all right. Classic.
I'm learning, because it's like those songs.
You're constantly learning.
I'm constantly learning.
That's right.
I'm
Career
constantly
student, schoolie.
I'm constantly learning. It's like,
He's in school.
How the fuck do they play that? I want to know.
So what does Schoolie want to achieve before he leaves this earth?
I already did it.
You did everything. You reached all your goals?
Well, I tried. I almost died. They kicked me back.
So you got more to give.
I'm gonna have to say more painting.
You want to paint more?
And
Okay.
more live gigs, because I know when I show up, and it's something about me in the audience.
The energy.
The energy.
Yeah.
They just leave happy. They like, you know, I'm glad I came out tonight's school. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I came out.
Yeah.
Like, can you get your dick off my wife's lap?
So you have any comedy gigs coming up?
No, because I save it for my rap shows. I'm gonna add. I was talking to my road manager, and we added some shit in.
Mm-hmm.
So he said you need to slowly add more stuff in, but I don't want to disrespect the comics and comedians, you know, because they're a bunch of bitches. Those motherfuckers worse than rappers.
So when can we see your comedy show? When's it? When's
We've
your
seen
comedy-
some of it tonight.
Yeah.
We seen some of it tonight. We seen it live.
But when
I'm
can we
gonna say
see it on
about
stage?
a year.
About a year.
Yeah, about a year. About a year. I have like maybe a 15-minute set, something like that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, we got the fire round coming up right now. Quick questions.
Okay.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
Okay. Tupac or Biggie?
Biggie.
Is Tupac still alive?
Why would I know that?
Do you think Tupac's still alive?
I don't think about it.
Best Philly cheesesteak.
What?
Best Philly cheesesteak.
I don't know. I stopped eating cheesesteaks for like 40 years. I just started.
When you was eating, which one did you go to? What was your go-to?
Larry's
on 52nd Street?
Yeah, Larry's.
Home of the belly filler.
That's right, Larry's cheesesteak. Them motherfuckers.
Better than Jim's on 62nd?
Yeah, because back then you young, you want like a belly filler. You want like overflowing meat and shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was, man, you could get a Larry's cheesesteak and that shit would last you 3 days.
Favorite place on planet Earth?
Ireland.
Ireland.
Man, that's different.
Yeah, that's different. I didn't expect
so
that.
what is it about Ireland?
Man, the grass, the people, the Jameson, the women.
The Jameson.
I had to stop drinking Jameson. This shit driving me crazy. The music is very progressive. It's just a country, man. It's amazing. It's fucking amazing.
Ireland,
yes, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and it's the closest to West Philly.
Ireland?
Anywhere, yeah, because they got like bodegas and all that shit, man. You could like walk through the corner. They got like webs and shit. They got record shops and shit like that, man. It's Ireland.
Okay, fondest memory of your career.
I'm gonna have to go to the day I was walking home from the dry cleaners and WDAS was playing PSK, and instead of
that's fire.
And it was and all
hearing your own music.
All the cars were playing, and some of my boys had on the car.
Yeah.
I dropped my clothes and ran home, and turned it on the stereo. And my mother was just like, "Well, why didn't you just stay outside listening to this shit in the car stereos?" But it was just like, it's not real. It wasn't real until you heard it on the home stereo.
At home.
And the clothes was still laying there. Went back, got the clothes and shit. It was just still laying there. And
First place you performed out of the country?
I think it was the Palladium in London.
London.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a dope history.
Yeah.
And wait, there's some stuff we didn't even talk about. He's ordained.
Yeah.
Schoolie's an ordained. You're an ordained minister.
If you want to get married,
yeah,
I'll marry you.
I'm an ordained minister.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can marry people too. You didn't know that? I did.
I'm the only one that's not ordained.
I did a couple funerals already. That's my word.
I'm saying that for myself. I write my own shit.
Yeah.
If somebody looks up Schoolie D, what's Schoolie D's definition of Schoolie D?
These are pal. These are pal. You know what I'm saying? Like Ronnie Dangerfield said, give me one of these. You know what I'm saying? Just give me one of these. I want to be known as like, you know what? Schoolie, let me give you one of these.
He's solid, man. He's solid. He's solid.
Schoolie was a pal. You know what I'm saying? He told you he was going to fuck your wife. And he did but not no more. He told you he was going to steal your drugs.
He said it was going to happen.
You know
it happened.
He's a pal. You know what I'm saying? School's a pal.
He's a fine guy.
No.
Not fine?
No,
just a pal. Just a pal.
Just a pal.
School's a pal.
That's enough.
That's enough. You know what I'm saying? Right? Look at you. Look at the smile on your face. I'm a pal, right? School's a pal.
Schoolie's always been my pal.
Yeah. You know, get one of these. Just... Yeah, Schoolie. Schoolie.
Wait, is it one of these or is it one of these? Or it's both?
It used to be one of these.
It used to be one of these. Now it's just
now it's just pop something.
I just eat the gummies, man. I just eat the gummies, man. And the chocolates and all that shit.
Yo, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
This is an honor.
Been a nice.
This is, you have no
it's been
idea.
A ride.
Schoolie.
This was good.
I appreciate this so much, man. Salute to you. You've always been a legend. You've always been my OG, man. And thank you again.
Well, thanks for not making this creepy.
Fucking Schoolie, man.
Some of this shit can get pretty fucking creepy, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers staring at you like this.
All right, I'd like to thank everybody who's viewing this.
Oh, this was live?
This was
loud.
It wasn't loud.
Holy shit.
No.
This fucking asshole.
We'd like to thank our audience and anybody who's viewing this. We're going to give one of these for Schoolie D.
Just give me one
a
of
big
these.
one. All the way around. So until next time,
Bung.
hold that.